Where are we going?
We're going to meet some friends and have a talk about the upcoming single tomorrow. Actually today, because this is live streaming. So we are in Angel, London, and that's Slim Jim's bar where we're gonna meet with Ryan, which is a great photographer, and Monty, an artist and a periodist. They work for METALTALK. We're gonna talk a little more.
I know Ryan on his way.
We're gonna meet Ryan very soon. The incredible Ryan.
See if it works. How's your day been so far?
Oh, it's great. I've been working the whole production of tomorrow. Launching the single.
Yeah. Save that for the recording.
Yeah.
Save
I think this is fine. It's just that's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's much better.
Why for you guys? Not too much in your face.
Are you happy you've got your shades?
I'm okay. I got my shades. Yeah.
Can you take the
Where is it?
because the box right here? Yeah.
It's okay.
Premonition,
Yeah. So this is an exclusive interview I'm doing for METALTALK. Monty is gonna do the interview. Please say hi to
What's going on?
our brother Ryan, photographer. And so yeah, so chill out. I hope you can listen to the interview. So it's recorded just as live stream to get everybody connected.
All right. So, second introduction, Miguel. Thank you so much for sitting down with METALTALK to discuss your very much upcoming single, which is imminently being released in a matter of hours, and everything that's kind of coming with what's upcoming in regards to music, touring, all that jazz.
Yeah.
So, first of all, single release in a mere hours. How are you feeling right now?
Oh, it's exciting. It's exciting because I've been working with that track for a long time, and it's pretty well recorded. I'm really proud of it, and it's a very personal sound that a lot has to do with my personal life, and yeah, it's very special. So I'm really excited to put it out for everybody. Really, you put your heart into the music, the composition, the whole work behind. I did also, the whole production and the edition of the video and direction as well. I worked with Max Bandicoot.
Yes.
All right, so yeah, he's a great one. He worked with me as well on the Southern Bolters one, which is the first single, Wonder. He shoot those videos as well. And I love to work with friends and close people who they really can understand my idea. Exciting. Exciting times.
And Fragile Hearts, I think from the name alone, it's so knowing your music.
Yeah.
You know it's going to be some good riff and stuff, but also with that sentimental value, like you said. I think it can really connect with everyone and anyone.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It's a ballad. It's a powerful ballad. It's a lot of epicness in it, but a lot of soulful. That kind of music that I like. And it's just it's a trip. It's a trip. It's a trip. It's a very valid and then goes really powerful. And,
yeah, fantastic. Well, we
like
can't wait to hear it. Let's get in a few more hours, which is really exciting. And you mentioned that you love working with friends, with a lot of people with your team that you work closely with. These are people that you trust. Does that lend itself to the music and to your on-stage performances, working with these people?
Yeah, sure. In my band, in the Southern Bolters, we have Eduardo Mariotti on the drums, so Bruno playing on the bass, and Yuri Kufa on the second guitar. So yeah, those are the people that we've been working with like for the last couple of years, and we've been touring practically, Europe. We did some tours in France, in Netherlands, and some parts of Germany. The whole UK basically. Last year was really busy, and now we're really like focusing on putting out new music. So all these tracks practically I've been like working them for a long time, and in the meantime of touring and then getting back, going into the studio. Putting down some ideas, and now, so from the very beginning of this year, I started like getting back to my folders and like a bunch of over 50 songs, and then choosing which one I'm going to launch. How it is, and then planning the whole year, like in terms of what's gonna happen in terms of the marketing, putting out the Southern Vultures. Because at the very ending of this year, practically maybe beginning of next year, is our big surprise, because we would like to put out a second album with Southern Vultures too.
Yeah, I mean that was going to be my
Fragile will be part of it. Yeah.
Of course, I think when you've got a big single release, what naturally might lead, or what your fans would naturally hope for, is an upcoming album. So like you said, you've got your whole roster of songs. When you write, I can imagine, constantly. So how hard is it choosing those select few out of so many?
It's very strange, because it's like it's a personal you're changing, as a person. So musically as well, you're changing because everything affects you. New people, you get influenced by everybody really. And music goes like that. So when you get into the folders and you hear yourself 2 years ago, it's a completely different person. And sometimes you have an idea to make an album in one direction, and now I'm just different because perhaps it just changed my mind. It's something that is very it's a human being kind of a thing. But there's always something at the very inside when you compose something that's really deep into, it's very full of yourself, but kind of in a good sense.
Yeah.
This is good stuff. I'm seeing this truth in it, and so I picked it up and then I said, this is a powerful ballad, and then we're gradually getting rocker, and it's gonna be anyway a rock album. Like the band is still like in the area of the psychedelic rock, classic rock, and the blues rock thing. It's all around that. So
yeah, genre is so fluid these days. Come on, you get a lot of people say, well, we're a little bit of this, but also a little bit of that, a little bit of that. But of course, like you say, I think artists, especially like yourself, you're tapered to one thing, but ever evolving, ever changing in certain ways. Yeah. And your influences you've always got the core ones, but your influences and what you hear throughout the day in various music, does that also kind of alter how you're writing? Or you might go, that's a cool guitar thing.
Yeah. You go, sometimes I play drums. I play all the instruments practically. I just developed the whole idea in my studio. So sometimes really, to be honest with you, it's just a girl with the drums, and sometimes just a bunch of chords. You pick up the guitar and then you do the bass. Just change all the time really. One of the popular songs that people like it a lot is Electrifying, and I came out with the bass line. So it's like it's something that can just happen. I don't know how to explain. You just feel it. Just go for it, because you have it in your mind, and just go for it.
Yeah.
You'll record it, and then you will see.
That's the sign of a good musician. I don't know where I'm going, but it ends up somewhere good.
Yeah. But and definitely it's going to be completed later on, because you develop something like this, a rough idea, more or less, a raw, recording where then I start working with the musicians, on the studio rehearsals, and then ideas, their own beats or accents where everything just started like makes sense, and being a lot more music with the whole band.
Yeah, but that's nice. So when you kind of like say you're a multi-instrumentalist, which is great. So is it a case of you get all the, I don't want to say basics, but everything there, you've got your vision, and then you bring it to your musicians who you also play with, and then it lifts itself up a bit more, and you've got that trust and that way of working with them.
Yeah, definitely. As I said at the very beginning, you know, I like to work with a lot of friends. I mean, I have friends where I can feel like the freedom of being just myself into them. I mean, like they trust in me in terms of the composition, and as a person, as a band member, like I'm up in front of the project, because I wrote the songs, and you know, we all believe that we are like constructing something that's powerful and is the way it should be, because it's the way it started as well. So, but and definitely like things are changing. Like when we plan to go on tour, we change a little bit also the music. So we do different arrangements. So yeah. But,
and coming off of that with live shows and touring that's coming up the next sort of 6-7 months, what's it looking like? Hectic?
It's very special for me right now, because I'm now switching my management, and I just actually a week ago only I just signed with a new booking agent and a management. So really exciting, with them. So working with AJMP, they work with Lauren Jones. We're gonna do a tour with Lauren Jones. We're gonna do our first like big festival. We're gonna do it in January 2025. So practically this year for me, we have a few gigs coming up. We're gonna do some Kent, Birmingham again, and Midlands. And in London, we're gonna play again in September at the Half Moon. And we have a tour already organized for Netherlands, Germany. That's in October. Couple of big festivals we're gonna do that, and then the classic tour, and then coming back. But I see myself like a lot more touring the new stuff that I'm doing, like mostly the next year. Really, like how long we're gonna have a long run with back again on touring, which is very demanding and almost playing every day. So I'm using this year just to get connected with the people, with my audience, put it on new music. Writing, stuff that I consider this is quality, this is the level where I am at right now. So, and as a band and as a musician myself, things are moving. So
you move with them. You move with them. Oh, naturally so. Yeah, and you mentioned that you do a lot of stuff outside. You have done, and you will do a lot of stuff outside the UK as well. And it's always so interesting to hear musicians' perspective of how it's differently received. So, playing a show in London or playing a show in, parts of Germany, France, wherever. Yeah. As a touring musician, what would you say is the main? Are there places very different? Is there a real feel, or
everything is different? Yeah, everything is different. Even different parts in the UK. Like literally, you go playing Kent, it's different people when you go to Wales, for example. Yeah, it's part of the UK still, but it's just completely different. And North, but I really love to tour here in the UK. I mean, like we got a large, a fan base that is following us, like driving literally lots of miles just to see us in different spots, and it's amazing. We love really so much, especially last year. It was France. It was amazing. We did really large stages, and it was big stuff that we did there. And the more we play there, the more crowd that we have, and it's been amazing so far. I love. It's different, right? It's different things, but I think the people, they have something in common, and it might be just because they're all connected with my own music, and we just connected through that. We just get along. Doesn't matter where you are, what I mean?
Yeah, in a way, it's like you said, they're connecting through your music, which as your fandom grows, as you're going into these different places, it must be amazing to see that. Yeah. And to also get When Fragile Heart's Out, get the reaction, and then when you're playing, because have you played the song live yet?
We did just only once. We did on our last gig that we had in Huffman there for a very intimate gig, and we have. Yeah, it was beautiful. I just wanted to do it, and I said, and you said, this is our upcoming single, and we just did it.
But you're gonna...
No cameras allowed.
And you're also gonna have to wait a while before we release it.
Yeah.
The ultimate tease when you see a band show. It's not out yet, but here's an amazing song. On it.
We just wanted to do it. We just did it. But yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, great. And then I assume you've got a load of promotion coming up over the next week, 2 weeks. It's going to be quite intense on you.
Yeah. Right now, well, we have we're gonna launch this tomorrow. This point and with a video clip. And in the meantime, we're finishing our second single, so it's gonna be like another single. I mean, this year is literally what I said. We have a long plan, like a marketing plan for the end of the year, put it on record. We're really working hard. We are right now not as busy as last year, touring every day, every time outside, but now more busy into the studio and recording quality music. That's the focus. So, yeah.
But it must be quite nice. I think there's, from where you're on tour and where you're in the studio, both are equally important elements.
Is equally important. It's so different, to be honest with you. This year is like being in the studio is a little bit it's like you put a break on yourself. It's weird because when you're touring, everything's so exciting. You go for it, and then you get back home and you're really tired, and you didn't notice oh, so tired. I just don't want to get out. I want to see anybody. And I was like that kind of guy. So it's kind of weird, and then suddenly, there's no more gigs around, and you're used to. So you still feel that adrenaline of okay, what's gonna happen Saturday, continue touring. But now it's different. It's getting more introspective.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's a process because you need that. You need to get back to yourself and to write some true stuff or yeah.
Yeah, rock and roll, and I guess a reflection of what's just happened for the last 6 months when you're touring constantly. And I mean, do you have any advice on anyone who was to go on tour with you guys?
Yeah.
Miguel and the Southern Vultures, what would be your number one tip? What is it like on tour?
It's like on tour.
Apart from tiring, but exciting.
I love meeting people, and I love sometimes you go to places where they treat you very well. I love the food. They treat you amazing, and then
that's why he does it.
and it's fun. I mean, it's really fun. I mean, there's always I love meeting new fans as well.
Yeah.
And some people literally traveling. I mean, the last gig we did here in London, I mean, people traveling from Belgium, from Germany, just to see us. It's really amazing. So I love to meet those, and to understand what you like from my music. It's kind of a phenomenon to be honest with me. Sometimes still to understand people traveling to see you playing. But it's cool and fun.
Yeah. It's the glory of it. If you never let go of that kind of beautiful amazement, wow, they've come over from this place. I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, definitely. It's before we were talking about the importance of having online connection with your fans, and actually that's one of my key things because I become very viral on the internet, on YouTube. I become a YouTuber, and it's very crazy because at the very beginning it was I was out of my hands, all right, and even Facebook was really out of my hands. Lots of people sending me messages and liking my stuff and sharing my things. What the hell? But now it's since the last couple of years, I've been a lot more connected with those and using it for my purposes, putting out Southern Vultures and all the albums, and it's now we're doing this streaming, live streaming for many people there and for the world, because I have YouTube is the most popular platform.
Yeah.
And it's still there. It's the biggest one. So I've got a large fan base in the US, and people ask me all the time to go there to tour. Unfortunately, there's still everything in the making. I wish to come over. I played in Miami last year. It was last year I played. Did I? It was last year, or 2 years ago, 2022. I did a bunch of gigs there in Miami in South US, It's amazing, but to get to a point like to organize a full tour in years is like a little bit more complicated. But the online platform like YouTube or Facebook, just this kind of stuff, it's important for me to stay connected and keep on the music. The people still consuming my music and playing my tracks, so it's cool. Play to my fragile hearts. Keep the thing going.
Keep it going. Come on, that's all yours.
Keep it alive, man.
It is so refreshing to hear that, because a lot of artists talk about the intensities of being a musician, a touring performer, and also social media, which takes a lot of time.
That's great.
So is it a constant thing on your mind, but you seem to have, you're nailing what needs to be done and above. How's it been?
Yeah, again, like it's just happening. I think it was just definitely was the people. The people choose, the people choose me for some reason, and I went viral, and things start happening. I was just doing what I thought it was right, but without the serious kind of purpose. It wasn't. I was like literally basking all over Europe, and I started basking here in the UK, and that makes me like I met dozens of people, like hundreds every day, and sold so many records, more than ever, man. I don't know, so many, dozens of records, really, over 100,000 records. And it's crazy. I went viral, and then everything is just started happening for me. Now the control of everything when you start touring, composing, and getting the pressure of the media or your new fans putting out some new music and quality music. That's when like I need time. And suddenly, I stopped busking. I started, getting a lot more recognition everywhere, and started getting invited to events, festivals, and I started touring. I got my management, first management. We did a tour, then I changed my management. New booking agents that reach me out all the time to do stuff, and then controlling this social media. Well, it's like I'm trying to do my best.
You're doing pretty good.
I still not considering, some people it's a few artists that they pay for somebody else, third party to control the social media. But I think that it's not really honest. It's not really me. I know what the people want. I like to stay really like connected, really.
Yeah.
I still, posting my CDs just myself to the people around the world, just because it's me. I'm not paying a third party again, to good distribution, albums and things like that. But it's still me.
Yeah, well, people can really sense the authenticity when it is the actual musician doing this. And I think fans do appreciate.
That's a good word. Authenticity. That's very important.
Authenticity. Yes, that's very, very important to you. Your music, your style, everything.
Yeah, the everything. When somebody like asked me like for example at the very beginning you told me like about like what my influences are like the genre of music. It's kind of tricky to say like I do rock and blues, but it's very generic. But because I'm mainly a guitarist. Now the guitarist and the style that I do is very like I just I play so much that I kind of develop my own language into it. It's just very like particular and very niche. So I believe all my fans or the people that follow me, they can tell that. They notice that, and they still follow me and consuming my music because of that reason. And I feel that Fragile Hearts is one of those where it's my style into it. It's definitely me.
Yeah. Beautiful. And coming off of that, obviously you are a guitarist, as we all know, as you mentioned. So gear. Let's talk guitar gear. What is your staple guitar? Have you got any brands of guitar which you lean towards? What's going on?
On this track in particular, I'm moving more into the Strats now, like a Strat. I got a few Strats, but on this guitar in particular, it's a very special one. It's a 57 reissue Fender Strat, a custom shop, but it's an amazing one. It's just custom made a little bit. Pickguard changed that for copper, and 57 classics on the pickups. That's the guitar that I use it for this, and I believe that's the guitar I'm going to use for the whole tour and the other songs that I'm working on. It's a very special guitar. And the other ones, the classic white one that I have, a custom as well with a tail neck as well. I'm going very deep into the guitars here.
Good, this is for the guitarist. This is for
It's
the
cool.
guitarist. It's,
On that one it's a very cool guitar because I have I changed all the circuit that inside. So I have, for example, a Texas Special on the neck, and then I have a 65 and a 69 on the neck and the bridge. I have the Texas Special, sorry, and I have a blender. So I always love the Fender. Always like I got big hands, so it's like really hard for me to pick up a guitar. And to get that guitar, it just took me ages. Really, like I tried all of them. Like honestly, like every single shop 4 years. And that's the guitar, and actually it was a Telecaster. But I love the Strat and the way they feel it. And so just changed the neck and put it a Tele on my Strat, and that's it. And then put a blender, so I have another combination, which is the middle combination with the Telecaster into my Strat. So it's a hybrid Strat Tele Strat.
Awesome.
And that's my main guitar. That's actually my main. It's an unbelievable guitar. It's so powerful. I love it. Yeah.
My God. So do you think there will be a Miguel brand of guitar at some point in the future? You know, we've built it. We've got the foundations.
I don't know, but I'm so obsessed with the sound.
Yeah.
I'm so obsessed. Like really, I'm constantly like developing my tone and my. There's always something. Right? There's always something, and I have plenty of experience playing in different stages, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So even like my gear is more meant to be for a big stage, for a live situation. So yeah, I got big amps. You know, now I'm working with a new company. They're sponsoring me. It's Tom King.
Okay.
From the US. This handmade, awesome boutique amps. I'm really proud to work with them. And yeah, I mean, we've been like talking about, you know, at the level of which tubes you're gonna use on the amps, and we got, you know, like and I'm going stereo right now, like on the lab.
Okay.
Yeah, so I still come in with my Marshall cap. I have to. I love greenbacks.
We love Marshall. We do.
I love greenbacks. That's my favorite speakers.
Okay.
And I have on the V30s reissue from the Tom King that is customized for me. So yeah, that's what I use. So I have the whole range of the mid-range and low end and all that stuff. Yeah, it sounded really cool.
Yeah, which
Sounded really loud.
two things you need for a good rock and roll show: cool and loud.
Yeah, exactly.
Brilliant. Okay. I mean, so for obviously, you know, you've gone viral. You've got your big fan base. For people who haven't yet heard your stuff, what would you say to them? What to expect?
What to expect?
Package?
You can expect two things, because and it's a big change in my career, and like my old fans, they noticed and they can tell. I got like two Miguels. Because at the very beginning I become very popular with Sultans of Swing, and people still recognize me, and just traveling and want to see that thing going on. The version, the song cover version that I did, it went just very popular, and actually it's the top of my playlist when you go on Spotify. And people can say like, oh, you do that, but you know, there's two Miguels, and now the new one is like or it's not the new, but it's just very me. It's the Southern Vultures. It's not the new. It's always been that, but perhaps it become very popular with the cover songs that I did. And I love them, and all that music, even like Dire Straits and Pink Floyd especially. Pink Floyd is one of my favorite bands, and all my music is just you know, you can hear it like it's David Gilmour in it, or Jeff Beck, and that kind of guitars that I always love. So I hope, you know, people can understand that, like you know, I have to grow in music, and I want to be. I'm a composer. And I'm a songwriter, and I do my music, and so yeah, it's everything in there. So people can expect just only good guitars, as the same as the cover versions that I do in the original music that I'm putting out.
Which must feel close to your heart with the original songs, of course. You know, you're.
Yeah, well, the which one touched my heart? Well,
just in general, when you're you know, you've got this Fragile Hearts, you've got this song coming out with the original stuff, and your album that you're working on.
Yeah.
So that must feel very close to your heart, you know.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot more me, you know, because yeah, it's everything, every single riff, every single detail in the song just come from yourself. And I did the mixing. I work with Eric. Eric is an amazing professional mastering from Germany. He worked with Pink Floyd, with David Bowie, Robin Trower. He worked for years with Sony Music and Warner, like so dozens of records. And he is my one of my best friends, really. He's older than me. He's like been in the music business for years, and he's always collaborating with me. He did the mixing and mastering for the Southern Vultures one, and now he's doing for these singles and Cradle Hearts. And I just get lost with the question. What was?
No, this is good. This is good. Who cares what the question is? It's about your answer and where it may lead, you know. And so working with this kind of guy, you know, you mentioned a name like that, and I just have to ask, from where you started out, which a long time ago, to now when you're working with these people, what is the biggest change in your approach to your musicality when you're writing? Do you find yourself being very influenced by these people? Do you approach it in a calmer way, in a more intense way, or is there not much of a change? You know, you're kind of approaching your songs and the writing in a very similar way.
So you asked me for the influence that I had, right?
No, not exactly. More, you know, because when you started, how old were you when you started doing?
Well, I started when I was very young, like I was 7 years old. So
So
I started playing a little bit of piano. My grandfather used to be a piano player, and then I got a big brother, and so he was like playing already the guitar when I was like a little kid, maybe 5 years old or something. So when I was 7, I started getting into music seriously. Like I really love it, and since that day, I had to wait 1 year to pick up my guitar. So 8 years old, I had my first guitar. But the influence all over my life is just changing all. Now it's all over the place, really. Like I got the influences. It's really hard to say, like, to mention a guitar to me right now. But obviously all the classics, you know, like Jeff Beck, you know, David Gilmour, Mark Knopfler, stuff like that. 100%. And moderns, as well. Like I don't know, a Slash, you know, the classics.
Like
you're gonna say no, you know what I mean? You know, Zach Wild. Richie Kotzen, I like him a lot, and you know, people like that. But most probably it's just the people that surrounds me. And the musicians that are part of the scene in London, and the people that we have been touring with. Like, you know, sometimes it's just like, oh wow, how you do that? And we're talking about music with, you know, some really people that have my age, and it's part of the vibe that we are like when you're touring, or you know, so. That's the main influence, I guess, and everything is affecting to you, because it's like, anyway, like music is a trend. Even if I'm not like in the mainstream, obviously I'm not playing pop music, but it's still, you know, it's a trend when it's moving around with the, you know, the musicians that are part of the scene. So it's like that affects your music, or what you're gonna put out next, what's gonna be next, and stuff like that. So
the scene is a family.
Yes,
you know,
it's a family. Definitely. It's a family. It's important. It's important to go and visit and see, you know, the bands, what they're doing, you know, and meeting people and stay connected, because at the end of the day, it's part of your generation, and that music will be anyway in a box, which is, you know, the 2020s, whatever, you know, because you know, we're gonna get older at some point, and you know, it's how it is.
Perfect. And for people looking to see you playing next, what are your upcoming shows?
We're going to visit Kent very soon. On the 5th of July, we're going to play at the Red Lion. It's our favorite place in Kent. It's amazing. It's going to be great. We're going to headline there. And last time, this is the second time coming back. Last year, we almost sold out, so we expect to sell out now. It's a really nice venue, so we're really looking forward to that one. And then we have London in September, the 5th of September, and the Half Moon again. We love that venue. We sell out in April. We're gonna get back now to doing a good show. And some Netherlands. Well, you need to go to my website, because I got really bad memory in it. But that pops in my mind right now. But there's a lot of stuff coming up. Like just need to go to miguelmontalban.com. can find everything. All the dates and tickets and information. Yeah.
Well, we cannot wait for all of it, everything and more.
So much.
And yeah, thank you so much. Thank you
Yeah.
for joining us at Metal Talk.
Yeah.
And it's been an absolute pleasure. And yeah, all the best of luck with the single, which will have no doubt less than a resounding response.
Yeah.
Look forward to hearing it. Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hey.
Thank you.
Lovely.
That was so nice. That was so nice. Yeah. Oh well. That's right.
And that light battery was just blinking as if like battery up. I was like, shit, it's about to just go off in the middle of the evening.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, no, but that's the thing, you know, I think nothing comes when people are, when you go into a situation and people are, you know, stressed, you've got
A little bit.
yeah, that's my job now, is to get you talking and just keep the goods coming.
Speaks too much.
Honestly, it's those who don't talk. Those are the, we like this. This is what we like. Amazing. Well, I'm gonna go get this onto the laptop now.
Can we just get a picture of both of you sitting together? So when she writes like this, there's just a few pictures of you breaking out. Alright. We're gonna grab some cool pictures of you. We're gonna always just use some pictures from some of your life photos. Some of the backgrounds, yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for the next one. I'm just having like a
Just saying it was just
a big one.
So I heard you mention there that you have to say, right, we're going to dive into everything.
Thank you everyone. Thank you for staying with me. Hope you like it. This is live streaming. It's very special for everyone. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you can listen to it clearly because I do a lot of music here around and but yeah, go listen to Project Lads. Go to YouTube. It's a premiere tonight. And yeah, it's available worldwide. Thank you so much for staying with me, for supporting me, and catch up very soon.